Hello Tokusatsu community and welcome back to Toku Topics. Today we are taking a look at the brand new Ranger Key Set Memorial Edition 35 Reds. So this was a set that was released from Premium Bandai at the end of 2021 to go alongside the release of the Memorial Edition Mobiles. I took a look at this in depth in a very long video review last week, so be sure to check that out to see everything that this thing could do. And this is a brand new set of Ranger Keys that was released to go along with it. So if you were familiar with the Memorial Mobiles, you got the 5 core Gokaigers that were all featuring a brand new key mechanism button right here, where you were able to turn them and auto flip them into the key modes. And this set is exactly what you think it would be. It's every single Red Ranger from Goranger through Gosager, plus AkaRed, so you could get a nice 35, and all of these feature the brand new side button that lets them flip into a key. For the most part, they're just exact re-release versions or exact copies of the deluxe versions of the keys that were released 11 years ago for Gokaiger. And because of that, that's kind of where I get into kind of my biggest problem with this set. So first of all, very, very pricey set. This on Toku Collectibles, when you factor in the shipping and everything like that, was close to $200. Which, I mean, you are getting a lot at once. You're getting this whole army of Red Rangers, which does look very nice and very impressive when you have them all laid out like this. And I'm just waiting for one of them to domino everybody else over. So we'll see how long this stands up for. But it is, it's a lot at once. But the problem is with this is that this was their perfect opportunity to really nail it with these keys. Make these keys look as show accurate as possible, and they don't. So they look exactly like their toy versions from 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And I really wish, because this is like the only opportunity these would ever get the chance to have at this point, of making them look like they do in the show. Some of them look exactly like they do in the show. Some of them have no problems whatsoever, but in the show, a couple that come to mind, especially like Goranger right here in front. The Goranger right here, especially an Akaranger, there is supposed to be a white trim around the blue visor that he has, which every single one of the toy keys never included it. But in the show, all the Goranger keys have it. Same thing with like Goranger, they're supposed to have a visor trim. And I know that the Go-Ongers are supposed to have a visor trim, and the O-Rangers are supposed to have a visor trim wherever they are. And none of these keys have that. I just wish they would have been able to update, the keys to actually make them look show accurate, because especially in a premium set where you're getting them all at once and they're fancy in terms of the auto flip, that would have been the perfect opportunity to do that. In some cases, they've actually regressed backwards, where 2 keys in particular here look a lot worse than they did before, especially MegaRed, who has a very thick visor we'll take a look at, and DekaRed, who for whatever reason is going back to the version from Candy Toy Set 1 and Deluxe Set 1 and Gashapon Set 1, where they do not have the white trim around his 1 on his visor, or on his chest, which you probably can't see from here, but we'll take a look at all of these in detail. But that's kind of my biggest problem with this set here. It's really only good for a couple of reasons. One, if you're a Ranger Key completionist like I am, if you want to get every single key and every single version of every key, you're going to want this. And a big reason why I think you should buy this is if you don't have any Ranger Keys at all, because this will allow you to unlock pretty much every single thing in the Memorial Mobiles except for all the teams after Gokaiger. That's where a special set's coming in March, and that set is fantastic. I cannot wait for that. This set, though, is just kind of a fun novelty thing, especially if you don't have any Ranger Keys. So without further ado, we are going to start with AkaRed. So AkaRed is in his 35th Gokaiger appearance decor here, just like he was in the Legend of Pirates back in 2012. They didn't really change anything about him, but I thought his key was always pretty good to begin with. He was always a toy exclusive key, he still is. So this key has never had a screen counterparts for us to compare it to, so it's always looked just fine. And of course the autoflow gimmick here now on the side of the key. You have the 35 logo there. You have no copyright information on this version of the key, which is very nice because the original AkaRed key that came out did have a bunch of copyright information on the sticker. This is the original deluxe one from 2012. There's a bunch of copyright information there, but they have removed that from this Memorial Edition. And any key that had it before no longer has it. Every single one of these has a very nice, clean sticker, which is really nice. And I do really appreciate that. The key piece, none of these have key numbers anymore, but they do have the same key cuts as their original versions and will work as they should in the Mobiles. So let's go ahead and kick it off. So I just will give everybody a 2-click just to make sure it does work. And I think I will probably try to do the treasure navigate mode for everybody here right at the get-go. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm going to reset it for the next crew here. So one of the problems with the virus there is that it does not like to close very well. So that is AkaRed, which actually, for the keys that we're done with, we'll go ahead and start a pile back there so that way you can kind of see them in better detail here. So here is Akaranger from Himutsu Sentai Goranger, our very first Red Ranger ever. Key looks exactly like it did before. Like I said, I wish it would have had the visor trim around there to make it perfect, but it is still a pretty good key, and it keeps trying to focus on the background. So, come on. Sometimes the button is a little tough, but there it is. There is the Goranger logo and the key piece. I'm trying not to take too long with this because I know this is going to be a long video, so. So it does say 2 different phrases for that one, so that is interesting. And we'll reset it. So yep, you get the pattern of how this is going to go. Take a look at the key, play the sound, reset it, do the other thing. Alright, so here is Spade Ace from JAKQ Dengekitai. Looking nice there. You have the 4 cards on the chest and the A. I believe JAKQ is another one that's supposed to have a white visor trim that the key does not have. Wow, these sometimes are difficult. But there it is. Yeah. So you kind of warm them up a little bit. Sometimes it's hard to get the button to press in. But there's the JAKQ. I'm not even going to bother closing the thing every time because you get it. So... Okay, so that plays the same thing twice. Alrighty. So that is JAKQ. So how's everybody's day going? Hope you're all enjoying this video. So we have Battle Japan there. I think this key's basically perfect. I don't really have any problems with it. I don't know why I put his arms up so early, but yep, looking good. Always been kind of a unique key because it's had the red sticker with the white key, like, you know, sculpt on it, so that's always been kind of neat. Says the same thing again. Cool. I remember Battle Fever J was the Christmas episode, and I know I just heard Navi say something about Santa Claus there, so that's fun. For the most part, I don't know what Navi's saying. I guarantee you one of these keys is going to knock everybody over. I can see Battle Japan wanting to be the one that does it. So here's DenjiRed from Denjiman. So, pretty simple key. I think it's mostly accurate. There could be a visor issue on that one, but yeah, it's pretty much accurate to how it's supposed to be. Wow. There we go. You really gotta... I feel like the Gokaiger ones from the Pirates were a lot easier to flip, but, you know, you can get it to work, obviously. So there's his key mode. Denjiman! Same thing. Okay. So there's that one from Navi. So, alright. 4 of them down. or 5 of them down. We're a 7th of the way there. All right, we got Sun Vulcan, or actually got VulEagle from Sun Vulcan. So it looks pretty good there. I thought for a second there was like a paint chip on the helmet, but no, pretty good. I think the quality control on mine have been pretty decent, which is good. Some people's not so lucky. That was a lot easier. So there is the Sun Vulcan logo. Most of them are the exact same, but I just want to test it twice just to make sure. So I do believe that we heard Navi's treasure navigation for every team back during Gokaiger, I think, probably. I'm not sure if any of them are like unique and new or something, or I don't remember what all of them were. I don't have any idea what Navi's saying. So we have GoggleRed from Goggle V. So this is a nice key. I think they captured the design of the suits pretty well on this one. And there is the Goggle V logo.
Goggle V! Goggle V!
Alrighty, so next up we start the second row here with Dynaman, DynaRed specifically. There he is there. And the Dynaman logo.
Dynaman! Kaizoku Sentai Dynaman!
So I know that's talking about explosions in some capacity, because that's what Dynaman is known for after all, so not really sure when I should start like another row there. It's going to get out of frame here eventually, but eventually there'll just be no keys left here, and they'll just be all over here off to the side. So we have RedOne from Bioman. I always liked how they got the circuitry on the chest. I think they did a pretty good job there on this one, so I like this key a lot. There we go. So we have the Bioman logo.
Bioman! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5! So this! Bioman! 1, 2,
This is basically a sound demo video. I should probably just label it as that, to be honest. Next up, we have ChangeDragon from Changeman. I don't know why I said that so weirdly, but I think this is another one where the visors are not as accurate as the show keys, I believe. I don't remember every single one of them that's like not show accurate, but I just know a lot of them are not, kind of. There's the Changeman logo, where you have the C and the M. It took me a long time to realize that that's what that was.
Changeman! Denjiman Sentai! Changeman! Denjiman Sentai!
Goranger gets me with that, where they have 2 phrases on the button thing, so now I have to click the button twice on everybody just to make sure I'm not missing out on a sound. Thanks. So we have RedFlash from Flashman. Love the Flashman suit. It's probably some of my favorite 80s Sentai designs. There's the Flashman logo.
Flashman!
Also, if I didn't make it clear, you have to click this button 4 times to get it into the treasure navigation mode, so that's what I keep doing at the end of each initial time. And then I reset it by clicking the end call button. So I figured that was probably clear, especially if you watched the Memorial Pirates, but I realized I didn't actually say that's what I was doing, so that's what I am doing. So we have RedMask from Maskman, my actual favorite 80s Sentai suits. I love the Maskman team. Or Power Rangers Blitz New Powers, for those Speed Racer Flubber fans out there from back in the day. There we go. And we get the 5 there, because they were going to be called 5-man before we actually got 5-man, which is a couple keys away from here.
Maskman! Hikari Sentai! Maskman! Hikari
That was a long one. Alright, now we get up to Live Man is next. Also, I hope I put them all in the right order. I'm pretty sure I put them in the right order. I know my Sentai Gear numbers. Alright, we got Live Man with Red Falcon, a member of the Sentai team. The arms feel like softer on these versions of the keys. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I felt that on all of them, but I don't know why I pointed it out here now. But he's part of the Dream Sentai team that Big One had in the Goranger versus Super Sentai. So there is the Live Man logo, which, oh wow, that's an L with an M. Oh wow, just like Changeman, I never noticed that till now. So I know that one talks about a lion, and I remember that's because Yellow Lion was the returning actor for the Live Man tribute episode, so I'm pretty sure that's where that comes from. We have Red Turbo from Turbo Ranger. Wish the white would extend all the way down there, because it just kind of looks weird when it's cut off there. You know what I mean? So there is the Turbo Ranger logo. Now we're in the 90s of Sentai, so, or I think so, pretty close. If not, we are. I'm pretty sure we are. With 5-man here, which I also believe is supposed to have a white trim on the visor. So there is 5-Red, Power Rangers Supersonic from the comics. So there is the 5-man team logo.
5-man! GAKQ Sentai! 5-man! GAKQ Sentai!
Alright, next up we have one of the most popular Sentai, which is going to be Jetman. So here's Red Hawk, which I think this key is basically perfect. I love the way that the helmet is done. It just looks really nice. There is the Jetman logo. And let's hear the sounds.
Jetman! Chojin Sentai! Jetman! Chojin Sentai!
That was a funny one. Alright, next up we get Goranger, the first one that became Power Rangers. Red Hawk did not want to stand over there. You can't see him, but he's over there, and he did not want to stand up. So here's Tyrannoranger from Goranger. So visor is definitely not looking too good. I think they should have just resculpted this entire helmet, because it does look pretty good on the show prop. All of the Goranger ones did, but not so good here. I think the diamonds are also maybe a little too small on the deluxe key version of this too. So there's the Goranger tribal coin logo thing. So with all the power coins from Mighty Morphin, if you're familiar with that. Alrighty, next up we have Ranger from DynaRed. So this one's always been kind of neat because it has the white on like the hinge parts and stuff here. This has been a little unique. There's the DynaRed logo, looking nice. Love the DynaRed suits. Nice. Next up we have the key that was the last deluxe Red Ranger to come out back in the day. This one was the one that was packaged with the Gokaiger box treasure chest thing. I think they're also supposed to have some white trim on their visors, but overall DenziRed looks pretty nice from Akaranger. There is the Akaranger logo. I knew I was going to screw that up eventually. I meant to do the original one first, but alright, we did the treasure navigation form first for this one, I guess. Alright, same thing again and again. I don't know why I keep clicking it twice, but eventually I'm not going to do it, and then someone will comment going, hey, if you click it twice on that one, it will do something. So here is AkaRed from Goranger, one that definitely should have a white trim around the star. But they never had the technology pattern on the Goranger suit keys. That's even how it is in the show. So that part is completely accurate. I do believe that this was the one that had the copyright information when it was included in Deluxe Ranger Key Set SP. So here, it does not, which is very nice. I think it was Goranger. If it wasn't, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. So it's nice to have a version of it that does not have that. So now we just screams on that one. So that's fun. Alright, next up we have Goranger. So we have Red Racer from Goranger, and I think this one looks pretty good. I think they captured the nice vehicle front grille design on the helmet pretty nicely, so I am a fan of this one. Turn it into a key here. Get the Goranger logo. Alright, now we get to the first of the two really strange ones, and that is MacLeod from Goranger. And wow, check out that visor. Look how thick that thing is. I mean, they never got this right. The original deluxe version had it, I thought, where the white went down, made it too thin, or too, scrunched. The key and the actual show prop looks fine, This one, they're like, okay, well, instead of making it really shrunk, we're gonna make it huge and make it look ridiculous. Like he has like it looks like it's like one big like Mike Wazowski eye or something. It looks really strange. I do believe that it is accurate that there's not the squares there. That was like that in the show as well, so I'm not expecting them to be there. I mean, it'd be nice if the show prop had that, because it is kind of strange to just have this white bar, but you get the point across. It looks enough like Mega Red. So there's the Mega Ranger logo. Power Rangers in space. Big fan favorite one there.
Mega Ranger! Denji Sentai! Mega Ranger! Let's Otakara Navigator! Moroboshi Gakuen Koukou de boku to action!
Alright, we get to start another row of keys back here now that you once again still can't see. Alright, now we have GingaRed from Gingaman. I think that's a perfect key, really. It looks really nice with the visor and everything, and the kind of Charlie Brown pattern people make fun of for it on the torso. So yeah, I'm happy with this one. There's the Gingaman logo.
Gingaman! Ginga を貫く伝説の槍は聖獣戦隊Gingaman! Ginga を貫く伝説の槍Let's Otakara Navigator! 閉ざされた森の戦士に会うべし
Alright, now we have the last Sentai of the 1900s and of course the 1990s. We have GoRed from Goggle V, another one I think is supposed to have white visor trim, which actually, if I remember correctly, the other four that were included in the Legend set do have the visor trim, and GoRed just never did on his key releases, which is strange. But you know, this could have been a perfect opportunity to give it to him, but no, we're just going to pump this out quickly, I guess is what Bandai's process of thinking was on this. And if I can get him to turn to a key, there we go. We have the Goggle V logo, Lightspeed Rescue.
Goggle V! 人の命は地球の未来燃えるレスキュー魂救急戦隊ゴゴー5人の命Let's Otakara Navigator 人助けが出会いを導くぞよ
Alright, next up we have DynaRed, the first Sentai of the current millennium. Another one that should have a visor trim that does not. And there is the Time Ranger logo.
Time Ranger! AI Sentai! Time Ranger!
Oh wait.
AI 時間保護法違反で逮捕する
See? That one had a second sound, and I almost didn't click it that time.
AI 戦隊時間保護法違反で逮
See?
捕する
Look at that. Look at that. Validation right there.
お宝ナビゲーター時を超えれば出会えるだろう
That's why I do it. That's why I do it. Right. Alright, next up we have Goranger, GoggleRed. Another one that should have a visor trim, which is you noticing a pattern here. So that's the biggest thing that most of these had in their show props that the toys just never did. There is the Goranger logo. But like I said, for how much you're paying for this set, and this being, I mean, I feel like this is a pretty safe assumption that these are the final time they were ever going to release these keys specifically. This would have been the last time they could have done it, I assume.
Goranger! 命あるところ正義の雄たけびあり百獣戦隊Goranger! 命あるところ正義 Let's Otakara Navigator 空飛ぶ島で運命の出会いがあるぞよ
Next up we have Akaranger with Hurricane Red. Looking pretty good there. I think he also should have a slight trim maybe, but not too bad. The Hurricanegers have silver arms, but the show props never had that either, so at least I'm pretty sure they didn't. And then we have the Hurricaneger logo there. Pretty sure they didn't have the silver arms, right? Yeah. Alright, next up we have AkaRed from Akaranger. My favorite Power Ranger season with Dino Thunder. So the key never had all the spikes on the legs and the arms on the show prop or anything like that, so this is perfectly good. I think the helmet looks nice. Nice big white trim there. And there's the Akaranger logo. Oh, I almost turned it before it was over. Alright, now we are in the home stretch here. We have the final 7. So we're almost there. Oh, AkaRed was almost the one that started the dominoes. Alright, here he is, DekaRed. What? Why? That was such an annoying thing on the very first releases of this key, where it didn't have the white line on the 1. Then they fixed it. They fixed it in the deluxe DekaRanger key set back in 2012. And now here, they screwed it up again. I'm like, Bandai, what are you doing? So that is so annoying. We saw this in the promo shots, and everybody was like, oh no, please don't tell me it's not going to have the white trim in the final product. And yep, it most certainly does not have it. So there is the DekaRanger logo. See, it's just what a shame, because, you know, like, what a chance to go all out on the keys, and you kind of phoned him in, Bandai. Next up, we have Ranger. We got to start the final row over here with DekaRanger. Alright, so here is Red. I think this key looks very nice. I think they captured the suits very well. They just don't have capes, but I don't know how you would put a cape on a Ranger key, so no problem there. We have the Ranger logo. Alrighty, next up we have GoggleRed, 30th Anniversary Sentai, the last one before Gokaiger. Looks pretty good. Love the Goganger suits. There's the Goganger logo. Alright, only got 4 more left here, which is really nice because people keep talking about how they've had defects with some of these where they're not reading correctly, and so far everything's been perfectly good. You've been seeing this in one big long take with no big edits in the middle of it, so I hope I didn't just jinx the last 4. But here is GoggleRed. There's the GoggleRanger logo. Almost there. Alright, so we have Go-Onger next with GoGleRed. Definitely missing a white visor trim up there, but overall still pretty good. Catching the likeness of Speedor and everything on the helmet. So there's the Go-Onger logo. Alright, next up we have Shinkenger, our second to last one. Love the look of this key. Love the Shinkenger suits. I think the helmet, I mean, they nailed it, the helmet. The helmet's perfect. Alright, there's the Shinkenger symbol. Alrighty. And finally, we have Gosager. Last but not least. Or I guess some people, they would probably say least. I know Gosager's not the most liked Sentai. There is Gosager's logo. We did it! Alright, so that is all 35 keys, transformation phrases, and the treasure navigation phrases. Wow, I bet nobody's still watching this video. So, comment down below right now. Comment the word, Vi-Stamp. Comment Vi-Stamp if you're still watching at this part of the video, because I'm sure a lot of people aren't. So, let's wrap it up. Alright, and that will do it for my full-on review of the Memorial Edition Ranger Key Set 35 Red Edition. So, wow, it took a while to get through everybody here, but like I said earlier, I'm just not the hugest fan of this set. I think it is a very nice set, and I definitely see the appeal behind it, especially because, a lot of people might not have Red Ranger keys from 10 years ago, or maybe they just have some of them. So I totally get why Bandai made this set, so you can really get, the full use out of the Memorial Pirates. The new key pieces, in terms of them being like that kind of shiny, kind of metallic plastic sort of, is very nice. I love the autofill feature that all of these have. And I do like the presentation here. It's an impressive set that when you get it, the box, you can see my full unboxing video I uploaded a couple days ago. The box is very nice. The presentation is just very pretty. However, like I said a couple times throughout this video, I just really wish they would have taken this to have a chance of, improving the keys to make them all completely show accurate, since this will more than likely be the last time we are ever going to get releases of these Ranger keys again. I didn't even think we would ever get them again anyway. I figured their deluxe versions were the highest quality versions we would get, and we would never get anything higher than that, or ever see them again. So it is cool to get them again. For the new features that they do include, I just wish they were a little more show accurate. But maybe that doesn't bother you. Maybe you're completely content with that. They do still function exactly how they should. You unlock a lot of nice sounds out of the Memorial Pirates. They are all still compatible with the original and Legend Pirates, which I'm just not going to show off because it's going to take forever again, but you get the point of what it's going to do. The keys are all the exact same key cut, so you don't have to worry about that whatsoever. So even if you don't have the Memorial Pirates and you just have the older versions and you never got any of these Red Ranger keys, or you're missing a lot of them, this is a perfect set to get. I mean, it is very pricey, but if you can maybe find it on the aftermarket for a little cheaper, I highly, highly recommend it. It's cool that they threw AkaRed in there again, even though he was never in the show. He was always just a toy exclusive key, but it's cool to get nonetheless. And to be honest, while this set is just not for me in terms of, being my favorite Ranger key set, if they were to do this for all the blues in one set, all the yellows in one set, something like that, if they kept going with it, I would absolutely love those, because a lot of those other Rangers we only ever got in Gashapon or Candy Toy format, and highly need upgrades where they're all fully painted like these ones are. It's just the Red Rangers got the best treatment in the Gokaiger Ranger Key toy line, and so they got, kind of the highest treatment here in the Memorial line too, when a lot of other keys could have used the upgrades that these ones sort of got with all the new key features. But that's all I have for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all stuck around long enough to watch this part, or maybe you just skipped to the time code of it in the description below. If you did, I don't blame you. But that's all I got on this one. That's going to be it for the Memorial Mobirots and Ranger Key stuff for right now until March, when the After Gokai set comes out, which is going to be a lot of fun, because it has brand new Ranger Keys in it, with a couple more duplicates, but there it's a little bit more justified, and I'll get into it in that video. But yeah, until next time, you can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or at LightningFigPR, and I'll see you all later. Gokai Change.